Korn is a very working band. We never really stop touring. We're always out playing the world and the planet, which is we feel very fortunate to be able to do that. But there's a lot of hardships being away from your family, especially now I got 2 little kids. And so, something I like to do is put on like one of their favorite songs. Like I'll put on one of my 6-year-old's favorite tunes and it reminds me of him. So even to that level, if we happen to be in France or, Australia or whatever, just putting on a song to remind me of my sons really makes me happy. It puts me in a happy place and doesn't really get me because sometimes you can get flustered and frustrated even at, we do what we do and we're very fortunate to make a living at playing music. But even outside the band, music still takes you to other places and takes you out of realms that your head might take you. Before you hit your teens, you're still trying to figure out everything and trying to figure out like what you're even doing on the planet. And so music's always been my salvation to go to. If I ever got in a fight with my parents, if I ever got in a fight with my sister, any kind of school problems, music was always my outlet and my release, 100%. And at that time, you don't really even know it. I just naturally gravitated towards it. And so after a while, that just became a part of me. Music flows in my veins now. It's like it's always consumed me. And the more serious I got about it, you never realize like the feeling music gives you is just that. It's a feeling, and it's an emotion, and it's an outlet. So I went to Los Angeles to go to a music school, and right away when I went to the music school, I saw a lot of drugs, and I saw a lot of pot, and I saw a lot of people just there for the wrong reasons. And I've always been there for 100% music. I wanted to better my craft. I wanted to get better at playing. So I decided, every time I go to a party and I'd see people partaking in these actions and these activities, I decided not to do it because I saw the repercussions. I saw the next day how hungover they'd be and to me, it wasn't fun. I was the geek that was going to the practice lab and practicing and getting better at my instrument. I just made that decision at a very young age that, I saw what it did to people, and I saw a lot of divorces from my friends. I saw a lot of bands break up. I saw a lot of bank accounts being drained, a lot of really bad things because of substance. And so I'm one of the few rock and rollers that's a lifer, and I will be doing this till the day I die, that has never taken a drug. And only for that reason, I saw what it did to other people. I have a very addictive personality, and to be honest, I'd probably love a lot of the things out there, a lot of the bad things out there. So my whole theory has always been, if you don't start it, you don't have to stop it. And that to me is a very important thing. It has to do with cigarettes, pot, drugs, anything that's not good for your body. That was my whole theory, and I still live by it to this day. So, anyone out there that's maybe hasn't tried anything, that's thinking about it, I'm living proof that you can be around shady situations or maybe not the most healthiest situations, and you can still say no, and you can still get away from it and live your life and be even happier. To me, music has always, my whole thing is music would never take me any higher. No drug would ever take you any higher than music. So, and that's something that I've clearly, I believe in, because when I go to a concert or if I put my favorite record on, there's the feeling I get and the emotions I get is nothing, no drug or no substance or no artificial substance is ever going to take that place, Sometimes, I just need to jump on my drums, sometimes I need to, hitting things and taking aggression out on my drums is probably the best medicine on the planet. If I'm ever personally feeling down about anything, about a death in the family, about anything going on, and it's a great outlet to when you hit, picking up guitar and playing through an amplifier loud, or somebody with a microphone and really singing loud. When I hit a drum, everything goes away. I'm in a complete zone. It's all about the moment, and it's very therapeutic for your brain. So if anyone's ever not tried an instrument, pick up drums, and your neighbors will love it too. Yeah, so we all go through hardships and we go through rough times in our lives, and we all have maybe, bad thoughts or even suicidal thoughts sometimes. There's a lot of there's a lot of different avenues you can take if you're having these. We've all gone down this road before, and you need to bring these out to people and bring them out to some of your closest friends, somebody you trust in your family, someone that really has your back tenfold. And if you feel like someone doesn't have your back, there is someone out there that does love you and will take the time to talk to you. There's other ways out of the situation you're in. So if you're in something deep and you feel like you're sinking in quicksand, there is a way out. You just need to talk to people. You need to, write your words down, express your feelings on paper sometimes, express them to a loved one, but there are ways around that. Don't keep it so closed in. I know a bad mistake I used to make is to keep all my anger inside, and it just would pent up in me, and it would just until I exploded or until I played drums or did something where it took it out. But I always had friends that I could talk to and bounce things off of, like, hey, I'm in a really low spot. Where do I go from here? And you'd be surprised just from the little things or some little tip or the smallest little thing they might say might trigger something in your brain where you're like, oh, I never thought of it that way, so I'm going to try that. And it could be something as simple as taking a trip or going to see a concert. Anything like that can trigger something in one's brain where you're, because I know that feeling. You're probably thinking like, oh, people don't understand what I'm going through. No one can connect in your brain. No one can read minds. So you have to talk to somebody. You have to get it out somehow. And obviously going back to music's always been the best possible medicine. So, but there is help out there. You matter, you're needed, and you rock.